right, we're going to continue on in the International Photonics Convergence Industry Exhibition and Conference and talk to someone from Eotron Korea and Scan UV. Hello.
Oh, hi Alex, how are you?
Fantastic. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good.
Can you quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, actually the Scan UV is actually the company which makes the high power UVC LED modulars, and Eotron Korea is a sales marketing in the Korea area.
So you're representing both here, but you are from the Scan UV side in the US?
Yeah, we're trying to help technically the Eotron Korea in this exhibition to introduce our products.
Okay, so can you tell us about your products?
Yeah, actually our product is actually based on the building the high power UVC LED modulars. Normally the UVC LED is very difficult to make a very high power because they have a lot of issues with the thermal issues.
Is this what we're looking at here? This is what you're talking about?
Right. This is our product. You can see, the package is made out based on the wafers. Normally, silicon wafers we thought about as making IC chips. But we took a little turn and we actually use that as building a package. So more like a three-dimensional silicon structures, which make packaging the UVC LED. Because UVC LED creates a lot of heat.
Right.
If you don't take heat out, usually those chip dies really fast. So most of actually the LED package is done by ceramics, aluminum nitride. Yeah. So it's kind of a new technology.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been incubating for the last decade.
Yeah.
So finally we come up with a very good way to get the heat out so we can extend the lifetimes of these LED chips.
Okay, so what we're looking at here is the product made by Scan UV and being distributed in Korea by Eotron.
Right.
Okay, so and this is different because it's using the silicon products. So okay, we've got all of this here. How do we see this work in the field? What's the application?
Right. So you can see that once you make this kind of high power, UVC LED modulars, and the trick is you got to make really high dense, because in order to send this LED light into the distance, you got to make it very compact so that you can use this lens to propagate in the distance. Normally, LED is, it diverges so fast. And if you spray around, you can't really condense this light. In order to kill the viruses, we have to kind of deliver at least 10 millijoules to kill coronaviruses. And if it sprays too fast, and you can't reach that.
So it kind of spreads like normal lighting. So if you turn a light bulb on, it goes everywhere. And it's the same with UV.
Correct.
So you make it super strong. So what kind of places would we find it in? I know you have some prototypes over here.
Yeah. So you can kind of see that this is one of our modular goes into these kind of devices. You can kind of imagine this is just drill machine, right? Have a battery goes here. So you can see once you put it in like this, and then you put a little bit of a lens in it, you can actually focus it really tight. So imagine this kind of be applied into hospitals when you're trying to do surgery or disinfectant. You can just shine and try to disinfect the local area quickly. So shooting this in this distance, you can kill all the virus bacteria in 5 to 10 seconds. Normally, viruses.
Right.
So then you can kind of operate, or you can have a surgical tools. You can just shine and you can kill. So it's very effective and handy. This is a kind of concept.
Yeah.
We don't, really manufacture
You'll make this
that.
part right here, but all of it here. So you're showing people kind of the application, the possibility. So, okay, hospitals, I'm assuming emergency vehicles, these kind of places you can find.
Sure. Schools and the cafeterias.
So like at a school, how would that work? Isn't it dangerous to have UV light shining all the time?
Yes.
How would you make it safer?
It is very dangerous because not very dangerous, but we have to have a control that. So in order to control that, and normally what we apply that is we put motion sensors. So you can imagine, right? I mean, you put in one of the public bathrooms, and people walks in there, right? It kind of turns off, and the people goes away and turns on again, and then try to disinfecting it.
So it's the opposite of the actual light when you walk in.
So in the States, we usually have a night lights, right? Night light, when you walk in, it turns on, right?
Yeah.
But we're going to the other reverse directions.
Interesting.
Because that's how we protect the humans, skins or the human cells.
Right.
Because we don't want them exposed our UVC light onto the director to the humans.
Okay, so I have one last question related to this then.
Sure.
does that mean when you say like the UV light kills the viruses, does that mean it also kills our skin cells in the same way? Is that what it does? It destroys the RNA, DNA of a virus?
Right. So one of the difficult thing about the concept of a UVC applying to the application is actually the light does not really care about any different kind of the cells. So what it does is actually, unlike chemical reactions, like we typically have like some kind of chloride, those things. What does is chemical goes and then kills it. But UVC actually has a DNA structure. There's particular sections which absorbs this UVC light, particularly like a 265 nanometers, which gets 100% absorbed on those sections of DNA, and then once accumulate that photon energies and it pop.
And that's what destroys our skin cells.
Yep. Then it kills the cells.
But that's also the good news, and that's what helps kill the viral RNA, I suppose.
Viruses, bacteria, and even funguses you can kill that way. And the fungus take a little longer time exposure, but the, overall it kills everything. So there's a strict guideline of how we use this light to prevent the damaging our the cells.
Right.
Yeah.
And so there's the application of the light sensor technology that can be used. So I guess final thing, what have I missed? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Well, you can imagine, like we always think about like protecting humans, and when the pandemic happens, we think about all the government agencies think about like we got to develop the vaccines, right? Then we realize is there's so many variations coming up. We can't really make all the cocktails of these vaccines, right? But we have to kind of think about different way. I mean, like we really have to kill almost any kind of virus, regardless of any variations, right? That's why this kind of UVC photon energy, particularly the wavelengths, can nicely kill any in the future, even any types of the viruses.
Well, thank you so much for sharing this with us, and also for the physics lesson, a biology lesson, I guess, biophysics.
I don't know whether I give you correct information, but that's what. As long as I know how we perceive to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and good luck this week.
All right. Thank you very much.
Great.
All right. Thank you. Bye now.
So there you go.